Hey everybody, I'm here today to tell you why you've probably been using your hazard lights wrong the whole time. In this video, I'll be going over 3 times in which you should not be using your hazard lights, and also 3 times in which you should be using your hazard lights, because I see people using them wrong all the time. Now let's get right to it. I'll start off with the times in which you should not be using your hazard lights, the don'ts. So, if you pull into a parking lot and you notice that all of the parking spots are taken, so you double park your car and you simply run into the bank really quickly. You put your hazard lights on as you double park your car. No, that is not a good idea. You should not be using your hazard lights when you park your car illegally. Sometimes people even just pull over and park their car illegally somewhere in front of a store or in front of, anywhere that they're going, and they put their hazard lights on and they think that all of a sudden that makes it okay. No, when you park your car illegally somewhere, putting your hazard lights on is not necessary, and it does not make it okay. Just don't park illegally. It's as simple as that. The second time in which you should not be using your hazard lights is if you're driving in bad weather. Sometimes people are driving in, heavy snow or heavy rain, and what they want to do is they want to put their hazard lights on because they're going to be driving slow. Okay? No, not a good idea. That's not how you use them. Or they put their hazard lights on because they think that it'll help the car, behind them see them. No, it's not necessary. You have brake lights, okay? You have exterior lights that do that perfect job. So using your hazard lights to signify you're driving slowly, not a good idea. Definitely not a good idea. Not necessary. Not how to use the hazard lights, okay? The third time is more universal, and that's when a turn signal would simply work. Sometimes people use their hazard lights, if they're like about to pull over on the road, you can use your turn signal for that, okay? Hazard lights are not meant to show other people that, you're about to pull over. That's not really the specific purpose, at least not in my opinion, okay? And from the tons of research that I've done. Now, if you're pulling over to drop someone off on the side of the road, you're dropping off a passenger, not a good time to use your hazard lights. Now, there are 3 times in which you should use your hazard lights, and I'll be going over those times also right now. So the first time in which your hazard lights would be a good idea to use is if you're getting pulled over. Now, the reason that you might use your hazard lights if you're getting pulled over by a police officer is to let the police officer know that you've acknowledged the fact that you're getting pulled over and you're going to pull over. It's sort of a sign to let the police officer know that you are pulling over. So you're putting on your hazard lights, in my opinion, to acknowledge the police officer and let the officer know that you are about to pull over, okay? Another time is, let's say you get a flat tire, and at that point you have to stop on the side of the road, and you are in that sort of situation in which, other cars should look out for you because you're changing your flat tire. Okay, you don't want to put yourself in danger or in jeopardy. That's when you should use your hazard lights. If you're changing a flat tire on the side of the road, or even in a parking lot, you should want to use your hazard lights to show everybody that you're in a situation that they should keep an eye out for, to sort of watch out for you in your car, okay? And the third situation in which you should use your hazard lights is if your car won't start or stalls. So once again, if you're in a situation in which, you're in the middle of the road, in the middle of the intersection, and your car won't start or stalls, you should use your hazard lights to let everyone else know that your car is stopped and parked there somewhere on the road, and that you are in a situation that requires some assistance. Those are times in which you should use your hazard lights. So in this video, I've gone over some times in which you should not use your hazard lights, and also times in which you should use your hazard lights. And that's basically it. Be sure to check your local laws and regulations with regards to the legalities behind using your hazards in the specific area that you live in. So make sure you check that out. But according to what I've researched and looked at and spoken about, these are my sort of 3 don'ts and 3 do's with hazard lights. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Be sure to give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and let me know what you think about using your hazard lights in the comment section down below. And above all, please be sure to subscribe for more great car and driving videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.